with you today and in the past few days have come from various places across Turtle Island. I'm here to remind you that Mount right, and the privilege and the duty to look after these lands, to play in such a way that we honor our elders. I'm now going to pass it over to Scott Peters for a Mi'kmaq prayer.
Delois Scott Peters, Tleawi, Unamagi, Guru Allison, Illinois. Parce Guru Deloe, Allison, which said when he kicked that Leo, Gamalamo, Goy Deloe. Nazi Guru Deloe, Allison, which he kicked, said when that Leo, yeah. But yeah, also my which said when he kicked that yes.
In an effort to recognize individuals who have given much to Mount Allison University, we have invited alumni and supporters who deserve to be recognized. Our first presenters of the tournament are interim president and vice chancellor, Dr. Robert McKinnon, and his wife, Karen McKinnon. They are both proud alumni. Dr. McKinnon having graduated in 1978 and Mrs. McKinnon in 1979. Dr. and Mrs. McKinnon returned to Mount Allison last September, and it has been a pleasure having them here. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Robert McKinnon and Karen McKinnon, thank you so much. All right, so let's get this started. The first quarterfinal matchup will feature the OCAA champions Humber Hawks and the ACAA champions the MSVU Mystics. Les premières quarts finales opposent les champions de l'Ontario Humber Hawks contre les champions de la CCAA, les MSVU Mystics. So it sounds like we got some fans from both teams. We welcome both of you to Mount Allison University, and this is going to be a great game. For now, please rise if you're able for the singing of our national anthem.
All right, fans, so we'll introduce the starting lineups, and we'll get to our who we are in just a moment, but we'll start with the starting lineups for both squads here. So Malik Grant, they're introducing, the visiting Mystics first, so it's going to be Isaac Matheson, a second-year guard from Bedford. A second-year guard from Dartmouth, Chase Tynes. One of the All-Canadians here from the ACAA. Number 7, Jaden Smith. One of the two Smith brothers, fourth-year guard from Beachville, Nova Scotia. Number 13, Sam Gillett, fourth-year forward, the big man, 6'8" from Bedford. And Jackson Smith, number 24, fourth year, of course, the other brother, 6'2" forward from Beachville. And the head coach for the Mystics is Danny DePalma. Next, our man on the mic in the building, Andy Sharp, will be introducing the Ontario champs, the Humber Hawks.
Number 5, a 6'6" junior forward from Brampton, Ontario, Malik.
From Brampton, Ontario, Malik Grant. Number 5.
6 foot tall from Brampton, Ontario. Number 6, Cameron David.
Cameron David, fourth-year guard.
A freshman point guard, 6 foot tall from Toronto, Ontario. Number 12, Wabina Antwi.
Wabina Antwi, first-year guard.
And standing 6'8" above sea level, a senior forward from Brampton, Ontario. Number 13,
Jamani Barrett, senior forward, number 13, standing at 6'8". And a familiar name to those of you that follow ACAA basketball, Jalen Menzies, a former player with Holland, now with the Ontario champs Humber Hawks, coached by Omar Miles.
Well, congratulations on that. Pronunciation's right off.
Listen, man, I take this seriously.
Welcome to the CCAA Men's Basketball National Championships from Mount Allison University in Sackville, New Brunswick. My name is Keith Rains, and joining us in the booth, right off the hop, David Tingley, assistant coach of the Mount Allison men's program.
Yeah, so I've got some skin in the game. I should be cheering for my boys here from Mount St. Vincent, but then they're also our biggest rival, the Mount and the Mount. But today I've got to be impartial as I can be, but they win the tip.
Nice rebound inside, yes! And a hoop! And that's the kind of start Mount St. Vincent's wanted. They had a record of 13-5 this year, and their team is deep. They got a lot of guys that come off the bench and help out when needed.
Well, they started like a house on fire this year, undefeated at Christmas,
8-0.
number one ranking in the country, and just had a little bit of a tough second half, but they got hot again at the right time, and they overcame a lot in that ACAA final against St. Thomas University, who probably went in favored after only 3 losses. Tynes, the All-Canadian, who just had that and won, he fouled out with 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter of that game. It went to overtime. One of the brothers fouled out halfway through overtime.
Smith, yeah.
And, and it was up to Jaden Smith, the older brother, to bring it home, and he did so in that final, and now they force a turnover here, so good start.
Well, Jaden had 31 points in that championship game that went 91-90.
Yeah, in overtime. In a classic. After we lost to Stu the day before, 81-80 in an instant classic.
Yeah, and Humber College had a record of 13-5 too this year. They, one of the perennial powerhouses on the national scene, and obviously for sure in Ontario. They won
7 of these.
Yeah, seven OCAAs, but national championships too.
Yep.
Last one is 2022, and then 2015 and 01.
Yep.
But they had their big tested battle in the semis against Durham, who was the number 1 ranked team in the country, and it was 66-64.
Yep.
So both of these teams know what it's like to win in the big games against their arch rivals.
For sure, and 13-5, they come in hot too. They were at one point 8-5, and they came out like a house on fire themselves in the last half of the year and in the playoffs, 4-0 in the playoffs to earn their way here, and they're a powerhouse.
Nice move. That's by number 6, Cameron David. And obviously early in the game, it's getting the nerves out, right? Move the ball around, take some shots, get the feel for the court and the net.
Yeah, and a couple of teams have commented that these rims are pretty tight, so they got to get used to the rims. It's a beautiful facility here, our new facility at Mount A. But yeah, some of these rims they've commented are pretty tight, so the shooters have gotten to get used to these bounces. But one thing you look at early as Humber misses a 3 but gets their own offensive board.
Nice rebound.
And Tynes, yeah, he's going to be key on the glass. They get a size disadvantage, but if he can be big on the glass for them, that's going to make a huge difference for the Mystics today for sure.
Isaac Matheson with the drive inside. He gets a foul on one of the Humber players.
And Matheson's just tough. He's tough. He's a hard-nosed guy. He's not going to back down, and he's going to give up some size maybe to some of these guys that he faces for Humber, but he's super tough, and he can make shots.
Nice rebound. Oh, Jaden Smith, number 7 for Mount St. Vincent.
Yeah, and keep an eye on Jaden, fans, because he's ambidextrous. Not only can he dribble well with both hands, he can shoot a jumper from deep with both hands.
Wow.
Yeah, not a lot of guys like that.
That's a forced pass. Going deep. Oh, off.
Yeah,
just off the fingertips.
and you see him putting his hand up. He knows one of the keys when you're coming in as the underdog, as they surely are against this Humber team, you got to take care of the ball.
Yeah.
And Humber is super athletic, and they're going to get out in the break, and they're going to kill you in live ball turnovers, these guys. So you got to keep control of the ball. MSVU's got to make shots. They got to take care of the boards. And one thing you look for early in these games is, because a lot of teams, the staple of their offense is screen and roll, right? So how does the other team guard your screen and roll? There's going to be another foul on Humber.
Yeah.
Do they play
up and under?
That's exactly right. A good shot fake. But do they play drop coverage? Do they come out and hedge you really high? Do they play a soft hedge where they kind of fake at you and then drop? How do they switch everything? Like, that's kind of the key, feeling out these teams. They've had 10, 12 days off to watch film.
Yes.
Right? So what do they see from the film? What are they bringing in? And it looks like the Mount is playing a little bit of zone, which isn't a bad idea when you're playing a deeper, kind of older squad. That's the other thing, right? Experience. A lot of teams in our league, these guys are a lot of them are between 18 and 22 years old. Some of the guys in Ontario, you'll find they're going to be a little bit older. 25, 23, 24, 25, 26 even. And you got that size, that old man strength, right, you got to deal with, right?
Jackson Smith on loud makes, 1 for 2. 7:12 left to go here. And we got a turnover just into the game for Humber is Romeo Joshua. And we're going to have a timeout here, which is good. Get settled down here now. I mean, like David said, the rims are lively. And when I played university at University of New Brunswick St. John in the ACAA. And that's one of the things you look at is the rims. Okay. And I knew how my shooter, if he had a big rebound or if it was always around the rim, right? And some of these guys, they'll have big rebounds. So don't be trying to work yourself inside so much.
Long shot, long rebound, right? Don't let yourself get pushed underneath the basket. You got to turn and fit. A lot of coaches coach this way, and a lot of players think this is the way to go. Get your butt into somebody and push them out. Well, that's hard. Your first box out contact has to be face to face. Go and hit somebody, push them out of there, then turn around and find the ball. And you can't get pushed underneath the basket. And Humber's got a size and athleticism advantage, and that's what they're going to be looking to do to the Mount. Push them under the hoop, get some offensive rebounds. Because you've seen so far they're a little bit tight. They've turned the ball over. They haven't made many shots, but it's only a 1-point game.
Oh yeah.
The feel in here, Mystics should be up a little bit more, but they missed a couple of free throws too.
Balls are going to start dropping here soon.
Yeah, that's Gillett's shot. You don't want Sam taking too many of those if you're a Hawks fan. He can get going from the perimeter, but he hasn't gotten going yet.
He took 2 from the left side, so then he tried his luck over on the right side.
Yeah, hasn't gotten going yet.
Turnover.
Tremendous on-ball defense there by Smith.
Gillett kicks it out. No.
Yeah, a little short there. He can shoot that though too.
That's
Jackson.
Jackson Smith.
Yeah. Yeah, when the Mount gets going, they can be tough, but if they're not making shots, and it just looks like both teams are a little tight, I think you're going to see the true Humber and the true Mount come out as this first quarter goes on for sure.
Jason Tynes back in for Humber, number 6. And coming into the game for the Mount is number 4.
Yeah, that's going to be Adam Callahan.
Adam Callahan.
Yeah, and he's a good shooter off the bench. He's kind of a carbon copy of Matheson, really.
Yeah.
They're both tough. They can both shoot.
Cameron Davis, number 6 for Humber.
Boy, that's a guy, you figure they're going to lean on inside Barrett.
Got to check the lid on that. Maybe there's some cellophane on those rims yet.
Yeah.
I know they're new.
They are new and they are tight, but they're not that tight. We made some shots this year once or twice. But there he is controlling the glass. And a nice pull up there.
There you go.
Yeah, and you see Jaden Smith, and you see that's a little lefty jumper on the baseline. If he's going right from the other side, he might pull up on you and shoot that righty. So you got to watch yourself.
Oh, nice move.
Oh, gorgeous.
Big block. Jason Tynes.
Listen, I tell you.
He got up there.
He's a leading shot blocker in our league as well.
5-2 Mystics early here in the opening quarter. 5:35 left. Humber Hawks in the white. Champions out of the OCAA. Got a foul underneath.
Yeah, and that's Brown Fazekas just went to that foul line and tried to make something happen. Got a foul on Mystics. The fouls are 3 too early. Humber 3, the Mount 2. Once they get to 5, then it's shots and another turnover for Humber.
And talking to the Humber coaches this morning, and obviously that's one of the things that they wanted to cut down on is, especially, your national championship games. Nice shot is turnovers.
Absolutely, and you can't. And Humber right now is really allowing Mount to get up threes whenever they want. They haven't paid for it yet, but I wouldn't advise them to keep playing that way.
Oh, there you go. Isaac Matheson.
Well, that's Malik.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Malik Grant from the corner. Big guy with a good stroke. He can make it from out there.
8-5.
And there it is. There's that righty one this time from Jaden Smith.
They're probably wondering, okay, what hand
what hand am I playing him?
Not playing him.
Yeah. You can't force him one way or the other. And honestly, he can go up with the intent to shoot one way and switch hands in midair. Yeah. He doesn't shoot a high percentage that way, but he can do it if you force him into it. And another turnover. That's got to be 7 early here for Humber. And a gorgeous move.
Just can't get the bounce.
Those tight rims again.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty right there.
2 points from Humber.
Fazekas.
Yeah, the OCAA 6th man of the year, Fazekas.
Oh, when the outside shot's not going well, what do? Take it to the hole.
Yeah, you got to get inside. There it is. See, he's airballed the first one.
Jackson Smith.
Jackson Smith, he wanted that one. And that shows the confidence they have in themselves. They're not going to get swayed by a couple of misses. The Mount, and they're going to keep shooting. So Humber's got to do a better job guarding that 3-point line. Right now, they've got the old Mark Jackson hand down, man down situation here going a couple times. I think Humber's better off with their size advantage. I think they're better off turning the Mount into drivers and then being, playing bodying up on them when they get in the paint, and forcing them into making shots over the length of Humber.
Stevens on the line.
We have a lane violation, so we're going to count the basket. It's going to be Mystics basketball.
So they're going to count that free throw. 11-9 here early.
Whoa, a little out of control there.
Yeah, that was a tough catch and finish. But if it's Tynes ahead of you, give him a chance to make that catch and finish. So it's a good pass. And the hands for.
Whoa!
Yeah,
big
Tynes
board
again.
No.
Yeah, that pass is not going to make
it.
Oh,
thank you very much. 2-1. Oh.
Neither's that pass. Oh, see, Look, kept his composure there. Callahan, that could have been, looked like he was a little bit panicked. His first touch in a game situation, in the Nationals. Kept his composure. Nice move.
Yeah. Just like in practice.
Oh, boy. Nice crossover. Humber just can't finish around the rim. You can see the coaching staff on the sideline like, what are we doing, boys?
The quickness, the hand quickness of Mount.
Yep, you read my mind there, too. That's another thing they're having trouble with. They're putting the ball on the floor, and the Mounts flicking that ball away from behind. They're not once you beat that man cleanly, you got to protect that ball. You got to cross over. You got to protect that ball. And they're just getting knocked away from them.
Joshua back in, number 4 for Humber.
Now Humber shoots on the year, shot 45% overall. And only, that was look like a travel. He got away with it though.
Whoa, there's a nice shot. That's Keeney.
And I jinxed them. I was about to say they shoot 45% from the field, but only 31 from the three-point line. As Tynes goes inside again, but they got one to go. You want to turn these guys into a three-point shooting team if you can.
Whoa, and a 1.
Because that's where they can get you. That's where they can get you. So Antwi with a nice move.
Gilmore coming into the game for Mount St. Vincent's, number 14.
Yep, and we haven't said Menzies' name very often so far.
No, he took some outside shots earlier, and then he went inside, and now others have been trying to fix the lid on that hoop here. But we're back in 15-14.
Yep.
2:10 left to go here in the first quarter.
Another nice move inside. Callahan again. Showing no nerves, the third year out of Sydney.
Oh! Deep 3.
So
Fazekas.
Brown Fazekas only shoots 25% from there from the year, but they're not getting the ball inside. They're starting to make shots from the perimeter, Humber. And then if they get out in the break like this, but if you're a Mount fan, if you're a Mount player, that's the shot you want Menzies taking. He only shoots 28% from the year, and he takes 7 a game. So if you can make him turn him into a three-point shooter, you're winning that battle. He's so dangerous off the bounce, is Menzies. Good solid D in there by Keegan Farron.
Yeah.
Now they turn it over again.
Farron came in to get Tynes a rest.
Yeah, Farron's a second-year player out of Bedford. He'll give that. He'll give good minutes, though. He's an athlete. He can shoot it a little. There's another one from that corner. Oh, they love that shot. That's that corner 3. Mount loves it. The coaching staff isn't happy right now, Humber, with the physical defense of the Mystics. They feel like, and they're going to get a warning on the bench. They really feel like, especially Brown Fazekas, when he's gotten that ball downhill and he's gotten his body into the Mystics defender, the coaching staff really feels like he should be earning some whistles.
Omer Miles is the head coach of Humber, coach of the year in the OCAA. Third year coaching the Hawks. Great program.
Yeah.
He has continued the tradition.
Yeah, he's kept it humming, hasn't he?
Yeah.
First lead of the game for the Hawks comes with 15 seconds left in the quarter, and now the Mount will try to hold for one.
Oh.
They've turned the ball over a little bit these last couple possessions.
6 seconds left. Good defense.
Yeah.
Whoa. Whoa.
I was going to say, they got him a terrible shot at the buzzer, but then I remembered who was shooting it. And you think, hold up. Hold up. Don't want to get too far ahead of yourself.
Well, just give you an update. Obviously, Dave Tingley, as you can tell, Coach Stingley. I'm just going to call you Coach, okay?
Well, yeah, for the first year in 15 years this year, I've been a coach.
Well, now, what were you doing before that, big guy?
I was commentating. You know, I coached back.
He has a voice.
Now I played at Mount Allison.
Yep.
For Coach Chapman, who's our coach. He coached me back in the 90s, and then I coached at Riverview High in Riverview, New Brunswick, and I coached for Basketball New Brunswick in the summer and for a while, and then had kids and.
It happens. Things happen,
right? So, but I got back into commentating a few years ago, and I was a commentator for the Mounties the last couple of years, and then Coach his assistant coaches had to quit for family reasons, so he brought me down out of the booth, and here we are.
Well, it's great to have you here, and Dave has mentioned some of the key performers to keep an eye on. Obviously today, on the Humber side. You mentioned Jalen Menzies. He was a first-team all-conference player. Second-team all-conference was Malik Grant. And on the all-rookie team was Antwi.
Yeah, and right? Antwi, you can see the talent in Antwi. He pops. He can handle the ball. He can shoot it. These guys got skilled guards who can get downhill. Yeah, they got skilled guards that can get downhill. They don't have they're not proficient shooting the three-point shot, but when as a team you're shooting 45% from the field, that means you're efficient, right? So they know how to score and they know how to defend. There's talent up there in that OCAA league year after year after year. So you don't get to nationals out of that league without being able to defend. And so I bet you they're not very happy giving up 17 in the first quarter here to the Mount, but the Mount looks very relaxed. And that's a testament to their coaching staff too, Mr. DePalma over there.
Menzies
That's
inside
more
again.
like it for Menzies. 1 for 6 in the first quarter was Jalen. That's more like it. That's the shot you want him to get if you're a Humber fan.
Oh, big rebound and a foul. Tynes with the rebound underneath.
Now, the story, though, for Chase.
Yes, he traveled.
He was out of bounds. Or did he travel? Looked like he might have been out of bounds.
Could have been.
But
it's hard to see that baseline.
But the story for Chase, it is hard to see the baseline, too. But the story for Chase is going to be this number right here.
Yeah.
Can he stay on the floor?
Oh,
he's so aggressive defensively. Can he stay on the floor? But there's 3 more for Kwabena. Antwi.
24-17.
Yeah,
that was a needed hoop.
And that's going to be a needed one. That mid-range one, see that you want him taking that. You give Jalen that shot all day.
Oh, nice. Nice feed and finish.
Jackson Smith. They run the floor, does the Mount. You got to run with them, and they run the lanes, and they'll find. See, again, you want him taking that.
Yep.
They're going under the screen. They're playing drop coverage on him. He's going to have a chance to shoot as many of those as he wants.
Whoa! And it's all tied up. Isaac Matheson.
Yep. Got that layup to go. He was 0 for 2 in the first quarter. You get that layup to go sometimes as a shooter.
Yeah.
And it's kind of antithetical thinking, but you see a layup go in,
well,
it unlocks your jump shot.
I guess that means the 3 must be over.
Right?
Love it.
Oh, nice move inside, but Tynes again playing with 2 fouls. Intelligently that time.
Oh, Farron. Like you don't want those big guys handling the ball going up the court. Guards, you got to come back and get that from the big guy. They slap hands. And Matheson, I know. I should have came up and.
But that's 2 Mount St. Vincent players playing with 2 fouls because Callahan right now also saddled with 2. So something to keep an eye on.
Nice defense.
And a good kick ahead. That's Grant, the second team All-Star. His length. He made that 3 in the first quarter, but wasn't a massive factor.
6'6", long wingspan.
Yep. It's Brown, Fazekas, and Antwi that have really done have kept Humber steady here.
Lots of contact. They're letting it go. They're letting the boys play.
Yeah, that's
Whoa, nice touch.
Again, that's what you want on a Menzies.
That's why he's the first team all-conference.
Yeah, but you talk about that take just now of for Callahan there and the lack of a call. Well, you want to go. You don't. If you go into those trees, you don't want to double pump like that.
No.
Right? You double pump. You start throwing it. They're not gonna. Referees aren't gonna reward you for that. You take a good shot. You take it up. What they want to do is they want to get good 2-foot stop in there, shot fake. Humber wants to block shots. Humber's got athletes. They want to take that off the glass. They want to go the other way. So you get that. If you're a smaller guy like Matheson or like Callahan, you 2-foot stop in the lane, pump fake. You'll have 2 Humber guys jumping.
Yeah.
Get into the body, get to the line.
Just a little background on the ACAA for how they've done at nationals over the years. Holland College has done very well over the years. In 16, 17, and 18, they've won bronze medal at nationals.
Yep.
In 2013, they won silver.
Yep.
2012, St. Thomas University won the bronze. And in 2004, it was St. Thomas again. In 2008, Mount St. Vincent's garnered silver. That means they were in the national final.
They were, and I think this conference is coming. You're gonna see. We had 5 different teams this year nationally ranked at one time or another, and I think this conference is coming.
Well, it gets you battle tested for nationals.
Yep.
I mean, it's like what Humber had to go through Durham. I mean, outstanding program there. They were number 1 in their conference. It was a war in that semifinal, 66-64, to get them ready for a national championship. The only thing I talked to the coaching staff that they felt bad about was Durham's good enough to be here too. The only problem is they had to play Humber in the semi.
Yep. Yeah, they're going to get him for an offense. I saw it coming. That's the other thing you got to worry about with Chase.
He's got to sit down. He's got 3. Oh, yep. Second. Okay. I thought he already had 2.
Yeah, well, it says on here that he had 2. So they must have changed that up. So, okay. That's good news for the Mount. But he's got to keep he runs hot under the collar, does Chase. Yeah. He gets frustrated with his teammates sometimes. He gets frustrated with the referees. He gets frustrated.
He's talking to everybody. Anybody
that wants to listen. But he's so good. He's got to stay on the floor. Boy. Whoa. And another one for Brown Fazekas. He's 2 for 2 now. And if they can get those to go, look out.
31-24 Hawks. 6:22 left to go here in the second quarter.
Couldn't get that one to go. Good times. Looked like maybe Humber was in a zone that time. We'll have to check it out here a little bit next time down the floor.
Hauling the big man off the boards.
Oh boy, that was a nice play from Humber. They ran Fazekas off a couple of screens there, and Mount got caught, but they didn't pay for it at the other end.
Oh, Fern with the rebound.
The young fella.
Now, it was interesting how they had number 5 there, Grant. Right?
Yep.
Bringing the ball up to haul Tynes off the boards because he was down there blocking shots, getting rebounds. Say, okay, we'll take care of that. We'll haul him outside.
Bring him away from the hoop.
Yep.
And I'm not sure if you want him away. Yeah, he's effective down there, but you're also going to get him you might get him a 3rd foul down there.
Yeah.
If you keep him down
there.
There
you go.
Right?
Yeah, that's right.
So you're playing, kind of looking at both sides of the coin a little bit, but yeah, that's going to be a story. Can Chase stay on the floor, keep his frustrations in check? Because when he does, he's a load on both ends of the floor. Oh, they're going to get him for a tie-up. Yeah, I thought they bailed him out there.
It was a little out of control.
Yeah, absolutely. Really solid D there by Isaac Matheson. Staying right with Cameron David.
And like Dave has mentioned different times, Chase Dye's obviously first-team all-conference player. And then Jaden Smith and Jackson Smith, second-team all-conference.
Yeah, well-deserved. Oh, boy. Yeah, he didn't like that call, did he, Malik Grant?
Yeah, he thought he got a lot of ball there. Second foul.
But see, you got to stay vertical, right? Like there's that temptation. The referees are going to let you have your. If you stay vertical, you can get off the floor. But the minute you drop those hands even a little bit, you lose that advantage, right? So, and it's so tempting, right?
Yeah.
There's that ball.
There's a ball right there.
There's that ball. You want to go after it. But if you stay vertical and make him shoot over you, especially a guy with the size of Malik Grant.
Well, listen, folks, we're really happy that you could tune in this afternoon here for the first quarterfinal of the CCAA National Championships featuring the Humber Hawks from Toronto taking on the Mount St. Vincent's Mystics from Halifax, Nova Scotia. We're here in Sackville, New Brunswick at the Mount Allison, a beautiful campus.
And a really good crowd for a 1 p.m. Wednesday game.
Yeah.
With two visiting teams from out of town, right?
Yeah. I guess they knew you were here, Dave.
I bring them out. Do I bring out the crowd?
Well,
I didn't know I brought up the crowd.
Whoa!
Oh, another three. Boy, Humber.
I think
Humber
Malik
shoots
Grant.
at 31% for the year, but not this afternoon so far.
Everybody can shoot a three.
Oh, yeah, I think they got away with the travel there.
Little travel there.
Drag that foot.
I don't know. I thought it was a carry-on.
There's that righty shot from up top. No good. And Stu's watching that right now going, how come he...
Yeah.
How come
now you're missing them.
Now you're missing them. Oh, nice crossover and dish.
Whoa! I can shoot a three, but guess what? I'm going to take it to the hole and drop it off.
When you got a guy that size, look, there's his hands.
He's in.
Getting his hands on a ball. Malik, and look, calling for it. Give me that ball. Give me that ball. He gets it.
Oh. Don't want that reach in.
Yeah, that was close.
Oh, they're feeling it. I'd be calling a timeout here.
Yeah, Kyle Brown-Fazekas is having himself an afternoon so far.
Good timeout. 11-point lead now. How quickly?
Yep, and he's been, and we mentioned him, the sixth man of the year in the OCAA. He's really settled them off the bench, has Brown-Fazekas.
Yeah.
Shoots a high percentage from two, and that's his shot right there, that one dribble pull-up. He can make that, and if you don't play it, and if you don't give him that, he's going to take you to the glass. But again, you want to turn him into a three-point shooter.
But it's interesting. Grant for Humber makes the three. Okay, so now you got to come out and challenge him. He gives you a little look up, takes it inside. Yeah. Nice little feed for an easy hoop.
Beauty.
Then that motivates him back on defense. Get those hands up, big man. Yeah. And you probably say it to your boys all the time. Get those hands up. Yeah. He gets his hands up, deflects the pass. They go down again and score.
Yeah, if you're playing, because at Mount A we've got some long athletes as well, right? So if you got that advantage on the defensive end of the floor, why would you give it up? Be big. Get those hands up. Why have your hands down at your sides? Get your hands up. That makes the passing lane smaller, and it's pretty simple. It's elementary stuff, but guys forget it at all levels. And but yeah, Grant's done everything the last few minutes here for the Hawks.
Yeah, the Mystics want to get this down to single digits going into the half for sure. They want to be within reach.
They've played well enough to be there. Really, they've played pretty well. There's Grant on the boards again. But they need those threes to go in the corner.
Yeah.
They need to do a better job guarding the ball. And they need to secure the boards. See, that can't happen, that baseline drive.
Too easy. Nice whirl. Pump, kicks it back out.
Yeah, and that's...
Nice little shot there.
Beauty, that's
14-footer.
Brady Clark, number 8, has done a pretty good job coming in his couple minutes off the bench, too.
40-27. Humber over Mount St. Vincent's. 3:20 left to go here in the first half.
Yeah, boy, that's a huge one. Woo! Jackson. That's his second three, but he's been ugly on a couple of them, so that's showing a lot of confidence getting that one off. Boy.
Now they're heating up now. Clark,
See, they did such a good job.
first-year player.
Yeah, they did such a good job on Menzies playing behind that screen, turning him into a three-point shooter. They didn't do the same job there on Brady Clark. He got to that spot and nailed the two.
Not out of bounds.
Oh, they're calling an offensive. Yeah,
Oh.
that's going to be the third. That's going to be the third on Tynes.
Is that away from the play?
It was unnecessary. He was setting a screen to get his teammate wide open, but you got to be smarter than that. You got to know you got two. You can't risk the third on a call like that. But you talked about it before the game. Mount doesn't go all that deep. They don't want to go deep into their bench. They want to play their 6-7 guys. That's why you see them risking having Callahan and having Tynes out there on the floor with their two, because they don't want to go deep in their bench, particularly in a national tournament. So that's going to be a tough one. Oh, but good defense there by Jackson.
Cutting off the passing lane.
Yeah, you talked about it being big in that passing lane with your hands.
Jump ball. It's going to go to Humber.
Yeah, and Jackson's not used to being tied up. His strength.
But great help defense.
Well, look.
He takes it in, and the defense just collapsed on him.
Well, Brown Fazekas has really been, I think, the difference along with Grant so far in this game. He's come off that bench, been really good on this end. Got his hands on things down there. Look at that pass.
Free pass inside to Humber number 8, Isaiah Brady Clark for 2.
44-30.
Grant gets those binoculars up going,
I can see him.
I saw you. Oh, a little panic. Oh, they got to blow something dead here.
Callahan just can't get those.
So they're giving a flop warning here to Brown Fazekas. And coach wants to have a chat about that, does Mr. Miles. There he goes again. Oh, bad luck.
And you get these referees too. They're from all over the country.
Yep.
Right? And as you well know, I mean, you get to know the referees in your conference, what you can get away with and what you can't. I mean, we've all been down. Who's refereeing tonight? Okay, this is how it's going to go.
Well, my old friend Spencer Jeffrey sitting over here on the sideline, who I played against when he was at Stu. He's a very good referee in our league, and he's been warning us all year. It's going to be different when you get to nationals, guys. You can't.
You can't do that.
You're not going to get these 3 warnings to get out of your huddle. You're going to, So obviously they've been preparing us for a while now. And there's another hustle play from Brady Clark. He's been terrific off the bench here in the second quarter. And there
Look at that speed.
That's what you want Menzies doing.
Knife through that defense, drew the foul.
His first quarter, he was 1 for 6 and 0 for 3 from three-point land. That's not what you want him doing. You want him getting downhill, slashing, pulling up and shooting the in-betweener, or getting all the way to the glass. That's where Menzies is going to be.
The quickness, huh? Oh, a little bit more arc.
Yeah. We got some very vocal Mystics fans trying to get Menzies off his game. It's working maybe a little bit. But no, they're going to earn that. That's what you don't want to give up. Boy, it's just been a bit of a struggle here in the second quarter for the Mount. The threes haven't gone. They haven't secured the boards the same way. And they've been getting hurt on that straight line drive, but a miss there from Antwi, pardon me. Well, it's good spacing, though.
Oh.
Again, and that's a 3 that's gone down for them consistently all year. They just haven't gotten it to go in this quarter. And you're right, they need to win this last minute. Get it back to single digits would really help them out. That's the one you want them to take.
Yep. Matheson blocked.
Again, another
Grant.
block in there from Grant. His length disrupting things, and there's Menzies. Yeah. Oh, the Mount fans don't like that one.
Number 7, Jaden Smith. His first foul on the team score. Now checking in for Humber, number 4, Romeo.
Coach De Palmas. I think he's talking about kind of the lateness of that call, maybe.
Yeah.
But I think
He was a little out of control. Okay, I'm just saying that.
he was. I think that's what Coach De Palma's saying. A little bit out of control, but you know, if he got him on the wrist, he got him on the wrist. We didn't have a good angle here to really say what one way or the other. But it's not always a terrible thing having Humber on the line either. They're not the best free throw shooting team either. In the 60s as a team, and they've missed quite a few in the first half, but they've just, their physicality and their length has really disrupted the Mound here in this second quarter. And boy, there is Sam Gilmore off the bench. He haven't seen much of him. You're gonna, just this last possession. He can make a shot though, can Sam.
Whoa.
And there's that first touch, right? He hasn't got many minutes of late in ACAA play, so it's tough coming in here in a national game.
Oh.
Oh boy, there's the story of the second quarter for the Mount right there, right? Nice move, can't finish. And Humber's going to the lead going to the break with a big lead.
Well, we're going to take a break here, gather our breath, get some stats for you, and we'll be back for more exciting action from the CCAA Men's National Championships at Mount Allison in the province of New Brunswick. We'll be back in a few minutes. Welcome back to the CCAA Men's Basketball National Championship from Mount Allison University in Sackville, New Brunswick. My name is Keith Rains, and in the booth with me is Coach Tingley. Coach Tingley, good to have you back. Good to have you back, folks, from coast to coast to coast and beyond.
Let's hope, yeah.
Well,
and they were treated to a really good second half performance there by Humber, or second quarter performance, pardon me, by Humber. Really, it was a story. The story of that second quarter is really Brown Fazekas kind of controlling things, Malik Grant doing things on both ends of the floor, and Menzies, who was 1 for 6 in that first quarter. 3 for 5 in the second. Yeah. But 5 boards for him as well. His game was far more under control, and they just did the job on the defensive end against the Mount. The Mount, they got to make some shots, and they got that All-Canadian needs to stay on the floor.
Well, you're looking at the shooting stats of the second quarter. Humber, 61% from the field, 50% from the three. Mount St. Vincent's up a bit, 33% in the second quarter, but only 28%.
And the number there that bothers me if I'm a Mount fan is only 12 shots. Yeah. He only got up 12 shots.
Where they got 20 up in the first quarter.
Yeah, you got it. That's not Mount St. Vincent. If they're having success on the offensive end of the floor, they're getting up 20 shots, right? And so that 12 is just that's too many turnovers. Yeah. They're only marked for 5, but I think that's as good a job as the stat takers do. They usually a couple stats you can count on them maybe missing sometimes as assists and turnovers. It happens real quick, and they're trying to do a good job on so I think they've got a few more turnovers than that, but and Humber here rewarding those guys that did a good job in the first half. Harewood starting the second half, as well as Brady Clark, who was terrific in his 8 minutes. Only 3 minutes. Felt like he was on there for 8 minutes. But Brady Clark, 6 points in his 4 minutes, and there goes Harewood. All 4 for the Hawks since the break.
49-30.
So these guys off the bench now running things for Humber against the starting lineup of. Yeah, that's what they got to do. They got to go to Tynes. They got to let Tynes go to work.
Well, and Coach, you know this. The first 5 minutes of the second half, like Mount St. Vincent was down 15.
Yeah.
Well, if you have a good 5, you can get it down to maybe single digits, or you can be down 20.
Yeah, you can't go the other way.
Right, and. That's Mount St. Vince got to stop the bleeding here.
And Tynes a good free throw shooter, just bricked that one inexplicably. That's better. But this first, you got to stop the bleeding here now. And look, especially against what's largely the bench here. Not largely, but there's only 2 starters in the game. So do some work against these guys. Turn them into three-point shooters. And look, we talked about the stiff rims, but no. That's Guabina on Antwi.
He's got the touch.
He does. He's
soft, very soft.
2 for 2 for 3 so far in this game. And there's Tynes. I think Tynes did a smart thing there. He turned around and saw there was nobody obvious to get that ball back out to, so he ate it. You don't want to turn that ball over, but smarter than to give Humber an easy run out. Antwi, that looked like a discard from Antwi, but he didn't. Got away with it.
I saw Michael Jordan do that once.
Or twice.
Or twice.
If you're a Utah fan.
Yeah.
But no, that was a discard, and then he found. Oh, yes. Look at that.
And a 1.
Yeah, that's Tynes. Give it as good as he got. There was a discard on one end. He used that same move on this end. Risky when you got the 3, but all you can ask as a player is that they call it the same both ways, right?
There you go. Okay, I'm taking it to the hole here.
But Harewood, how about him coming off the bench here in the first 5 minutes in the first half? Didn't put up a point, but he's been on point since he came back in to start this second half. All 6 of the Hawks' first 9 here to start the third quarter.
Oh, nice cut.
Really nice cut, but tried to sell that foul way too much, did Menzies.
Whoa.
Oh boy, could have made him pay there, Matheson. Yeah. Nice block. That could have been a bit of a momentum shift there.
Got to have a few stops down here if you're Mount St. Vincent's.
Yeah, they need to have a run here at some point.
There's a
it's good D. This is where they excel. Yeah, they're going to give him one.
Took it to the hole hard.
Yep.
Jaden Smith.
And again, Grant, I'm not sure if he's upset with the call or upset with himself. I can't tell. He did a good job getting. You can get in the air like that defensively. And he thought, hey, I'm giving ground. And he's laughing about it with Jaden Smith. And Jaden gave one of these. Jaden said, no, you're like this, man. You weren't vertical. You got me. And Taj Motiki Stevens checks back in. 7 minutes in the first half for him. 2 points, 2 boards for the Hawks. And 2 for 2 at the line for Jaden.
54-36, Humber. 6:57 left to go here in the third quarter. Quarterfinal action here at Mount St. Vincent.
And now the Mount's going to a zone, probably to protect the guys they got in foul trouble. This might work real well for them strategically as well.
Oh, this is... Take it to the hole.
Yeah. And you can see on the bench, Coach Miles doing a good job there, keeping his guys, hey, guys, keep it under wraps. You can't talk to the refs. Jaden upset with himself. He was only 2 for 8 in the first half for 5 points. 7 of those shots were 3, so you can see him. He's gotten determined to get downhill and get to the glass a little bit, which he also excels at. It's down to 17, but this has to be single digits. And you'd hope for that at the start of the at the end of the first half if you're a Mystics fan. I think you're hoping for that at the end of the third quarter if you're a Mystics fan.
5.
That's on Matheson. That's going to be his second. So that's.
Now checking in for the Mystics, number 4, Adam Callahan.
Yeah, there goes Gillett. There goes Gillett again. Gillett hasn't been a factor really at all.
And number 3,
so they're going right back to Callahan. Callahan had a couple nice moves, but didn't get. Again, he's such an effective three-point shooter for them. Didn't get that three-point shot to go. 0 for 3 in the first half for Callahan. But this, I think, is their best shot at a comeback here. This 5, if they can keep this 5 on the floor for as much of the second half as they can, it gives them their best shot. It's got the most shooting. They're giving up a little bit length-wise, but it's got the most shooting. And they're going to have to make shots.
Whoa, charge, yeah. Got the forearm. You're getting by the first man, but the other guys are coming in that lane. Block it off. You can't go through them.
Yeah, it's just impatience, right? Move the ball, you'll get it back.
Yes.
And you're throwing that shoulder in, and so
forcing the play.
They've left him on the floor and moved him to the bottom of the zone. I don't know if they can. I mean, he's not going to be able to play 16 minutes with 4. There's just no way. His style of play, oh boy, Menzies.
He's feeling it now.
And that's going to be a timeout, Mystics, and now they're in deep trouble. Deep trouble are they. Are the ACAA champs, because they're down 21. Menzies with a step back 3, which again isn't his shot. You want him shooting that one. that's a win for you. Him taking a shot like that, but when they're going,
well, CCAA All-Canadian.
Yep.
Number 23.
Yep, he can fill it up.
And Chase Hines is it for the Mount. But talking about frustration a little bit, like with Hines, like he was predetermined that he was taking it to the hole. It didn't matter who was in front of him. He was going, rather than seeing the defense and say, okay, cut me off, I'll kick it out.
And when you're the number one option, sometimes you got that mindset, right?
Yeah.
That's what makes him such a good scorer, is that he's got that mindset. I got the ball in my hands, I'm going to create something. And he's not a selfish guy, but sometimes as the main option, you got to be a little selfish, right?
Yeah.
Like you're expected to take and make big shots, and that's a big shot.
Yeah.
That's a big momentum shot.
I want to hear you make some noise, Mystics fans. Let me hear you.
And my co-Mount A assistant coach doing the announcing in-house, Mr.
Jeez.
Andy Sharp, doing a terrific job.
Listen, speaking of that, a big shout out has to go out to the athletic director
Jacques Bellefleur.
and all his staff.
Yep.
At Mount Allison University here, and the many, many volunteers, because without
Norval McConnell, the main event organizer.
Without those people and all these volunteers, because you'll get some people said, I would like to sit on the committee and work on it, and that might be a year out, right, in some cases, to organize something like this. And then you'll have other volunteers that say, well, I can't commit to that, but the week it comes,
yeah,
I'm there for you.
Yeah,
and those people are important too.
100%. You need people the week of to,
So a big shout out to the organizing committee and the volunteers to make this CCAA a great success. And like David said, he said we got a great turnout already. Great little community here in St. Thomas. We've seen some alumni already here this afternoon. The boys who used to play here at Mount A.
Oh yeah, well I'll be seeing some ex-teammates here this afternoon.
Whoa! Oh!
Taj Botiki Stevens. He hates rims. He hates them. Abused one there. Oh, that's gotta go. That's gotta go. That's gotta go. He looks up at the rim. He hates rims for a different reason. Does Chase. Couldn't get that ball over the front of it, and he's kind of shaking his head. But they've made a decision. They're going to keep their All-Canadian in with 4 fouls. I mean, whew.
It's like, coach, it's like the coaching talk. You say, well, how long you want to play? It's up to you now.
Yeah.
Like you gotta.
It's rough, and like I said.
You're down 21.
Yep.
No sense setting them and waiting for the fourth quarter, because the game could be 30 points.
No, maybe you give them a regular rest, maybe at the end of the third, start of the fourth.
Well, yeah, like a minute and a half, sit them down, give them that break.
Yeah, but maybe that might be it. That might be it. And maybe you can get them. You can go offensive, defensive a little bit in the fourth quarter too. Use your timeouts and maybe go offensive, defensive substitutions. But that only gets you so far, right? So it's going to be tough. He fouled out of the like I say, the ACAA championship game against St. Thomas that went to overtime halfway through the fourth quarter.
Barrett back in for Humber, number 13.
And they were down 7 in that game when he fouled out too. So his teammates really picked him up. Oh boy, how good has he been? KBF, the man with 3 names from 3-point distance.
Second-year player, number 4.
Oh, no, the and one didn't go. Oh, you don't like to see that.
Reach in.
Jaden stepped on a foot, I think. Has to tighten that shoe. Hopefully he's okay. Yeah, he's going to run back to the free throw line. He's going to shoot those shots. That's good. Yeah, he's got something on that ankle. So obviously he's got dealing with some sort of an injury, but tightened up that shoe and he's going to go. It's going to be tough getting him off the floor.
Got the sleeve on one leg, got the shoulder wrapped up.
Yep. So he played. He only sat for a minute in the first quarter, did Jaden? And actually, that might be wrong. That might sometimes these stats they record 19 when you played the whole time. So he might. I think they had 4 guys play the entire first half. Oh, they're going to call that on Matheson. That's going to be his third, too.
And get faked out by the pass.
Yeah, but I think they're going to want to play Matheson, Callahan, Tynes, and the Smith brothers every minute of this second half if they can do it.
Got a 2-1-2.
But they've got to start making shots. Oh, there he is again. He's been so good.
Silky smooth.
Brown Fazekas again. Oh, that's a good fake.
Oh, he can't not buy an outside shot.
They can't buy one. They just can't buy one. And you can't shoot in the 30s against Humber and expect to come away with a victory. They got to get hot and soon. Oh, boy. Barrett down there begging for it. Not sure why he didn't get it.
Whoa.
Boy, that was 4, 5, 6
wow.
steps. And you got Coach, and you got the Humber coach down here at the other end, Mr. Miles, going, "Why isn't there a foul?" Oh, and they're looking for an unsportsmanlike on that one. Kind of like and unsportsmanlike fans, just so if you hear it the rest of the weekend, an unsportsmanlike doesn't have to be a flagrant foul. It doesn't have to be too physical a foul. It can be, in the NBA they call it a clear path.
Yes.
So if there's a steal and you grab a guy who's got a clear path to the basket, they're going to call that unsportsmanlike.
Yeah.
So there's different interpretations of unsportsmanlike, and Humber wanted one there, but I think there was a guy back, so they got away with the grab, and Menzies at the line again. Not a great foul shooter. In the run of play, Jalen's deadly. But at the line or the three-point line, he's not as good as he is in live play going to the glass or from two-point range.
66-41, 3:36 left to go here in the third quarter. National Championship quarterfinal.
Yeah, he's just off.
Oh, nice feed.
Nice stuff from Jackson Smith. He's not. One thing about these guys, they're not gonna change the way they play. They're not gonna hang their heads because they're down 22 points. They're gonna play.
There's still a lot to play for here. I mean, we got a weekend of basketball.
Yeah, that's the other thing that fans might not understand, that how the structure of this works. It's not one and done. They're not out of here after one game. You're guaranteed 3 games this weekend.
So what will happen is the winning team will go to the championship semi.
Yeah.
The losing team goes to what you call the bronze medal end of it.
Yeah.
And if you keep winning, you got a chance to play for a bronze medal.
Yeah, you can still play for a medal here, even if you lose. Just wrong decision. Brown Fazekas hasn't made many wrong decisions today. He made one there against that zone.
With speed.
Yeah.
Speed.
Disruptive.
Well, the pressure over here, on the near side, caused that turnover, the forced pass.
Well, that pass across the top like that, you can't make it against a team like Humber. You can't make it. It's not going to get there. And that's going to be unfair, and I think it is. And there's, again, Kyle Brown Fazekas down there mixing it up, forcing a foul, and he's going to get 2 free throws. And for me, he's been Humber's best player.
Yeah.
Today is Brown Fazekas. He's been terrific at both ends. So yeah, they're going to get Callahan and Tynes. They're going to try to steal a couple minutes here at the end of the third quarter. I bet you they both come in before the end of the third quarter. I bet you they both come back. But they've gotten in, again, Gilmore and Farron on the floor at the same time with the Smiths and with Adam Callahan. And Humber out there, they've got Cameron David and Barrett along with Menzies and Antwi and KBF. He's been so good, he deserves a nickname. He deserves a shorthand, KBF.
Fouls on Humber, number 3, Kyle Brown Vazquez, his first foul.
Only his first, too. He's been terrific defensively, and he's played without fouling. There, that's going to be... So Farron's played decent in his limited minutes. That's his 4th trip to the line. He's 3 for 4. He's got at least 6 boards because he had 4 in the first half. He's got a couple here since he's been in. So, and again, this zone. And Humber's been able to handle it fairly well, but they've gotten some turnovers too, has the Mount, and they're hoping to turn them into 3-point shooters like that. But they got to secure the boards, and they do. And now they can run out. And an and one.
He's inside the circle.
He was. That's a big one now. It's back to 20. You get it inside. You know, you win these last 2 minutes. At least it gives you a, look, we've got something cooking here, guys. You know, you can talk to your guys. You can keep them positive. A 20-point deficit against, the Ontario champions isn't good news, but it's better than 26.
Oh, you're so positive.
Right?
I love that.
I'm thinking as a coach. Okay, here.
Okay, there you go.
What can the third quarter, in-between quarter conversation be?
Wow.
Hey, guys, at least we're not down 26. You can start there. But if they win these last 2 minutes, that's pretty big, and they can come back with tines. Oh, yeah. That's going to be a tough one. That's 4 now.
Well, we got some exciting action coming up here, 3 o'clock. You going to be around for that one?
Yeah, I'm your man on that call, too.
Keanu
and Camason.
Keanu from Fort McMurray, the winners of the Alberta Conference, taking on the second-place team out of the Pacific West. And the Camason Chargers from Victoria.
Yep.
That will be our 3 o'clock game, and then 6 o'clock tonight. Get a little bit of a break, have supper. And we have the Victoria Vancouver Island Mariners taking on George Brown Huskies. George Brown's number 2 ranked team out of the OCA.
Oh, and there's Menzies with the quick hands.
Oh!
Missed the dunk, though.
Yeah. Sub.
Coach, and you can see him, looked right at Menzies and says, that's selfish.
Ulmer does not like that.
No, he does not, and he's right. You look, now's not the time to work on your dunking and the national championship game. These guys were winners of the league out here. They're not chumps. You make sure that 2 points goes down. So, 20-point game, I'm telling you, that lead can go away.
Well, with 3-pointers.
There's a lefty 3.
There you go.
That's only his second of the game. Mr. Ambidextrous strokes it lefty. That's his preferred hand. Is his left hand?
Okay.
Look at that one pop out.
That little M word, that little momentum.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Back with the Mystics. Looks interesting. Oh, he's going to.
That was a temperature gauge shot there, just see how hot he was.
That's what happens with Jaden, though. Once he sees a couple go down, it gets he gets cooking, and that one, I fully expected that one to go in. Oh boy, that's a tough pass. And they've gotten some turnovers here too.
20 seconds left to go here in the third. 69-52. Your Humber Hawks tonight, 8 o'clock. The hometown, the host.
Yep.
Mount Allison.
This place will be rocking in here at 8 p.m. tonight.
Taking on the Quebec champions, Vanier.
Yep.
Vanier had a record of 20-2.
Yeah, they're good, but we are excited about it. We're very excited about the opportunity. We feel like we have a good matchup with them, where they're strong, we're strong kind of thing. So, he got called for the hit. Oh my. And Callahan, I know they're going to argue it, but he was He did not look straight up, straight down. He did look like he got a little bit forward into his landing area. I agree with the call. I know Mount doesn't like it. And that's his fourth as well. So now 4 on Matheson, 4 on Callahan, 4 on Chase Tynes. And Cameron Grant. Cameron struggled a bit today. He hasn't been his normal self. But his teammates have picked him up, particularly Brown Fazekas off the bench. And they're going to end that third quarter kind of as they started it. They came out with a flurry at the start, and they finished with a bit of a flurry there too. But like I said, the lead was 26 at one point. They've narrowed it by 7 at least, down to 71-52. And we're eagerly awaiting that stat sheet so we can give you a little more of the story. But yeah, I mean, look, it's been, and you look at Malik Grant. Didn't see him in the third quarter. I think part of what Coach Miles is thinking here has been like, let's rest my guys.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
It's the team management here now. Like we know we got. It's only going to get tougher.
Like you got a back-to-back to start the weekend, right? You play Wednesday, Thursday. You win 2 games. You got Friday off. You play Saturday, but you got a back-to-back to start. So you got to gauge. You got to gauge your players, and
Thank you.
You never know. Malik might have been coming in this weekend with a little bit of bump and bruise, like a lot of guys do this time of year. So they went, okay, we're up by 20. Let's leave him on the bench the whole third quarter, and we'll see if we can get away with.
Well, and it's great experience for your bench guys to get them in. So if you have to use them, like what's Mount St. Vincent's going through now with some foul trouble, you got to bring a few guys on. And if you, as you well know as a coach, you feel confident, say, no, he can give us a few tough minutes. And maybe you just need some, play some good solid defense.
Yep.
You don't need 5 scorers out there. Most teams have maybe 2, maybe 3 if they're fortunate.
Yep.
And the other guys, the distributors, set good screens, get good rebounds. So.
And how about this for a number? The bench of the Hawks shooting 13 for 18 from the field today. The bench. So you're not losing much going to that bench. I'd take that tonight if my bench shot 13 for 18. Count me in.
Here we are, fourth quarter action, 71-52. The Humber Hawks, Toronto, Ontario, OCAA champions, taking on your champions from the ACAA. I want to say Mount Allison.
Well, yeah,
Mount St. Vincent.
We feel like we should have been the champs, but we weren't. Oh, he
traveled.
Yeah, he gave that extra hop. He did. It's a good call. But he's come out with. So it's Taj Motiki Stevens, Jalen Menzies, Malik Grant is back on the floor, along with Brady Clark and Antwi. So those are the 5 to start this fourth quarter for the Hawks. Oh, that pass just can't get there. I think you'll see him lay it in this time.
I want to play, Coach. I want to play. He got a smile on his face, too.
So the right decision from Menzies that time.
He learned.
He did. That cross-court pass, though, you got to take care of that. That is prime theft material for a team long and athletic like these guys. So that's going to go in. Oh, man. Sometimes you just feel it coming. Oh, and that one they're going to call the unsportsmanlike. So an unfortunate start here to the fourth quarter.
In football, that was called a screening. Didn't look back for the ball.
That's going to be pass interference to the ball at the 1-yard line. But in basketball, there's no play on the ball, fans. So, again, it wasn't overly physical, anything like that. It wasn't intentional. It was just there was no play on the ball. You got to get your head around and make a play on the ball. So now it's going to be 2 free throws and the ball for the Hawks. But again, Menzies not converting at the line. 3 for 9 now on the day. The team only 10 for 21.
Now, you might be able to answer me this question because I haven't had a chance to check the big board out. So the loser of this game will play the loser of the next game coming up?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. And that's, like I said, the boys from Fort McMurray taking on the men from Victoria.
That's right.
In our 3 o'clock matchup. It'll give us a chance to get a little bit of a rest and get ready for the next one. We got
That's actually, Camason and Keanu next, and then VIU and George Brown.
And then you.
And then us. Yeah, absolutely. So Humber looks comfortable and in control. The Mount going back to man-to-man.
Working the clock a bit.
Humber, being smart and patient.
Yep.
That's
Nice.
just a smart move by Antwi, who had a quiet first half, but he's up to double figures now on the game is Antwi. That's a good look. And is that going to be a charge? Oh, they warned him once. They warned him once for flopping. Yep.
Technical foul for flopping on Humber, number 8.
Yeah, they warned him once.
Yeah.
And these guys are serious. The warning isn't just for their own health. That's a warning. That's a one-time warning.
Don't try to make us look bad.
Nope, absolutely. And so looks like Mystic's got 8 minutes to come back. This isn't an unprecedented comeback, but certainly you're not going to expect the OCAA champs to give up a 24-point lead with 8 minutes left.
And things that players and coaches too. These referees are here all weekend. I know we have a diverse group from all across the country. A lot of the other referees are sitting in the stands watching this game too.
100%.
Right? And, they're watching what's being called here, what's not being called, maybe certain players to watch for, what they have a tendency they want to do, which, again, will help the coach, the referees in the next games. Okay, now, this is what this team likes to do, and this is what this player likes to do. So you don't want to get that reputation if you're one of those players that,
Yeah, and a good ref will say, hey, look, I see you down there giving an elbow or giving a shot. You got to stop that, or this is your warning. I'm going to call you. Oh, nice block there from Tynes. But that good ref will do that. A good ref will go down and say, look, I see you got your hand on his back while you're defending him. Yeah. You got to get your hand off him.
Yeah, we had that too. We had like I said, you know who the referees are?
Yeah.
And they're talking to you underneath the hoop because I was 6'4", 6'5", underneath. Okay, K number 23, keep your hands.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
But also before the championships, they had a chat. There's a coaches meeting, and they've communicated like Coach Chapman communicated to us. When you're allowed to go out and establish context. Your man catches the ball, you're allowed one touch.
Yeah.
One touch and then hands off. The minute that second hand goes on, that's going to be a foul. So they communicate these things before the tournament starts as well. This is what
the standard.
Yeah, right. This is what we're looking at. These are the types of things we're going to let you get. We're going to let you play. You play with your chest. You play straight up. You play physical. We're going to let you go. You get too handsy, we're going to stop that because you don't want it to get, messy and, But at the same time too, like if you've got two teams that are up and down, and aren't the most physical teams, you're going to call that differently than you call a team with a lot of big guys and a lot of, getting that ball and a lot of physical play. Because you can't call that game the same way. You just can't.
Yeah.
Because those two teams that are physical, that like to play that way, that play physical and clean, if you call it the same way you call those teams getting up and down, you're going to call a foul every possession, right? You can't. You can let more stuff go in a game like that than you can in the alternative. So yeah, these referees are smart. They know what's going on. They know how. And they've probably, much like the coaches have, they've probably gone and watched video of these teams playing that they haven't refereed before. Look at that step back. Smooth but short. The Mounts put together some decent possessions here, but they just haven't had that ball. The ball's got to go through that round orange thing once or twice. And they haven't had that consistently so far today.
And it goes in at the other end, though.
That freshman, there's Isaiah Brady Clark, that first-year guy. He's been terrific off the bench in pretty limited minutes. Up to 9 on the game for him in only 10 minutes. Yeah, see, that's a shot that goes down consistently for Callahan. He hasn't made a 3 all game. You can count on him for 2 or 3 a game at least in a game like this, but just not to be for Mount St. Vincent today. A little careless too on that one. Menzies got downhill, but they got away with it. And now they can look to push. They're giving up some size too, like we said, all game, have the Mystics. Not maybe really height, but certainly these Humber guards got some shoulders to them, got some strength to them. Guys like Brown Fazekas, who's going to come back in.
The host committee would like to take this opportunity to thank the following event sponsors: Province of New Brunswick, Coach Atlantic Maritime Bus, City of Moncton. For you folks that might not know where Mount Allison is in Sackville, New Brunswick, Moncton is just about 25 minutes down the road from us here today. Pump House Breweries, Courtside Sneakers, and Amherst Toyota. And we're not too far from the Nova Scotia border either.
No, about 5-minute drive really down the road. And so there's going to be a lot of fans here from the Mount. They're going to be here all weekend. They've came out and supported their guys today.
Yeah, because we're less than 2 hours from Halifax.
Yep. KBF with a hustle there. And disruptive was KBF. And Matheson had that ball knocked out of his hands. Looked like by Menzies. Menzies is disruptive defensively. Hasn't had his best shooting game as Menzies, only 6 for 17. But again, that bench.
Oh! Smooth.
Malik's up into double figures now as well. And a good take there by Tynes, but Malik Grant now in double figures along with Antwi, Menzies, and Fazekas. And also Brady Clark, and Harewood's up to 8. So they're gonna threaten 6-7 guys here in double figures are the Hawks, and they're gonna spread out the minutes too. They're gonna have exactly what you want in the first round game if you're Humber as the favorites. You want this, you like this spread. You got a bunch of guys in, you're gonna have 5, 6, 7, 10 guys in double figure minutes. You know, couldn't hope for much else from Humber.
Well, and you went through this this year as a coach, I imagine, is where your best player's not having a great game, and you go, wow, and we're still winning. This is good. This is good.
Yeah.
Because you know when he gets hot, he can light it up.
Yeah, Menzies is going to be better, and he's going to this. You know, you could probably bet on this being his worst shooting performance of the weekend. I would imagine 6 for 18 or 17, whatever he is.
Well, and he was the guy that stepped up in that semifinal against Durham. And Durham, obviously, a tenacious defensive team that was going on there, a 66-64 game. And Menzies was the only one in double figures, 24 points in that semifinal victory.
Yeah.
Next highest was 9.
And Brown Fazekas again on one end gets the putback on his own miss. And then he's that guy in the middle of the lane on that screen roll, bothering that shot, and there he goes again to the lane. 2 more for KBF. He's got to be player of the game. He's got to be player of the game for Humber.
Of course, we have no voting rights in this, so
no, we
saying.
don't. I'm just saying. I'm gonna throw a riot if it doesn't happen though. If I'm wrong on these player of the game things, you don't want to see my mood. And you might, I don't know, Malik Grant's been terrific as well in his minutes as he gets, it pops out. Player of the game for Mount St. Vincent's probably a little tougher, but probably Tynes.
Oh, they just cannot buy a hoop.
No, Matheson's, that's 2 points every time for Isaac Matheson. It just hasn't been their day. The lid on the hoop, whatever you want to call it. There, Menzies again. And I think you'll see some more subs here, even for Humber.
Now here's a little something for you, Coach.
Yeah.
I've gone through this with hockey games. We've had Atlantic Championships and whatnot where teams are playing at different times of day.
Yep.
So one of the teams I was talking with, I had an opportunity to talk to the coach, and I said, listen, because I went through this as a player.
Yep.
All our games was after school or night. Mm-hmm. We practiced after school, played after school, played in the evening. We had an exhibition game, 11 o'clock one morning, against Oromocto High School. They came down. I'm from St. John, so about 45 minutes away, Oromocto is. Came down. I got up in the morning, had breakfast, went to the gym, played. I could not make a shot to save my life. I took the ball inside because my outside shot was not there. And I'm going, what is wrong with me? Many years later, I come to realize I never play at that time of day.
Your routine's disrupted.
Yeah. So when I talked to this hockey coach, I said, listen, in these tournaments, you're playing morning games, afternoon games. How do you handle that? He says, Keith, we practice at different times of day for this exact reason. So he said, we'll have an early morning practice, and we'll have an afternoon practice, and we'll have an evening practice. So I can tell you, he said, I could tell you right now who's going to play better in the morning and who will play better at night.
Yeah.
And what I'm just sort of wondering is the shots are a little off here for Mount St. Vincent's. How many 1 o'clock games do they play in a round of season?
Oh, I would say, on Saturdays or Sundays, maybe, well, probably 0 because the girls will be playing first. But, 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
3 o'clock, yeah.
3 o'clock or 4 would be the earliest they play. So, yeah, there might be something to that. But nice take, too. Oh, yeah, he's going to go to the line for 2 more as Malik Grant.
He could be up there. So what I'll do, I'll pick him as my player of the game.
And we'll see how it goes.
See how it goes.
It's a good choice.
But it was interesting to listen to him talk about that, and I go, I know where you're coming from, because I said, I played in the morning once, and I thought I was the worst player.
You know what,
couldn't.
There's some things.
You just have to get up earlier.
Yeah, but there's these guys, they would have known for a few days what time they were playing.
Yeah.
And these guys
maybe coordinate their practice.
Yeah, but you know what? They would have shot the ball at different times of day, right? Like you can't practice at 11 in the morning on the college level because
classes.
Guys are in classes, right? But guys will be shooting at different times of day, right? So they're used to sweating and getting shots up early in the morning, mid morning, late morning, all that stuff, right? So I wouldn't. You talk to the Mystics, they'll put no stock in that, but there's probably something to it. There's something to it because sometimes those tournaments in high school, those early morning games.
Oh, ugly.
They can be ugly sometimes, right? And so first game of the day, you battle through. It can be ugly. So they haven't shot the ball at the level they're used to. I mean, they're not going to shoot the ball. And Humber played good defense.
Yes, that's right.
Humber, let's reward what you got to reward. You reward Humber for playing really well this afternoon. Defensively, they've been terrific. They made, they shot a higher percentage from 3 than they normally do. And they got the ball into the paint, and they took care of it. The Mount just missed so many shots they normally make.
Joshua with the nice hoop here. We got to give some shout-outs to the new players on the court here now.
Osas Joshua, Romeo Osas Joshua's in the game, along with Harewood. There's a steal from Brady Clark. Back to Osas Joshua for 2 more.
That's number 4 from Humber, Romeo Osas Josiah.
And also on the floor, Christian Desjardins for Humber as well. And just not the way you want the competitive part of your season to end for Mount St. Vincent. Micah Anderson, by the way, give him a shout out. He's on the floor for the Mount right now, along with Mikhail Rocky getting some minutes here at the end of our first game. But yeah, it's you're not going to be able to play for a gold medal. You know that now, but you gotta get your mind into a place where tomorrow you're coming back and fighting, because you can still be playing for the bronze medal.
Desjardins, Christian Desjardins, first-year player.
And the temptation is
he's on the board.
Yeah, the temptation as a bench is to go crazy when these bench guys get in and make shots, but you don't want to rub it in, right? So coach doing a good job over there, Omar Miles, keeping his guys under control. We'll celebrate this win when we go back to the locker room. Don't rub it in anybody's face, because this second half's just been, train went off the tracks early here for the Mount in the second half.
Cameron David had the key.
Cameron.
A little out of control there. Bounced off his foot.
Cameron, the only starter left on the floor, but sometimes you want one of those starters on the floor with your bench guys, just to get you organized at the end of a game. So that's going to be Cam's job the rest of this game. Keep those young bench guys organized.
Number 24, Christian Desjardins, his second foul.
Great key on the line.
And Rocky, doesn't see a lot of time for the Mystics. You want these guys to get some time in these national tournament games if you can, for sure.
They've worked just as hard as everyone else.
For sure. And these experiences count, right? Like, even for us at Mount A, like, we're a very, very, very young team. We got 2 third-year players, and that's it. We got no 4th years, no 5th years. We got 2 third years, and everybody else is 1st or 2nd.
Wow.
So this team's coming back. We're loaded for next year. If these guys stay together and add a couple pieces, so this is not only do we want to win a national championship this year, this is going to be a building block for next year, and I guarantee Coach DePalma's thinking the same way. He's thinking, let's get these guys some minutes and let this be an experience in any way we can give these guys some experience on our bench.
Anderson from Hammonds Plains, Nova Scotia. 101-57, 50 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter.
And you want to see them on the score sheet if you can too, right?
That's right.
Come on, guys, make something.
Foul shots, boys. Everyone can make a foul shot.
And if you're a Humber fan, that's one thing you look at. Their foul shooting today has not been good. And they're going to have to make more than 50% of their free throws at some point this weekend if they're going to win. You're not going to win a national championship with shooting 50% from the line.
Oh, Desjardins.
Desjardins is like,
hey, Coach.
I need some more time, Coach.
We gotta renegotiate my contract here.
Let's have a chat after this game, Coach. I'm raining it in from 3 over here. And there's another turnover for the Mount. Now Humber, they'll be able to dribble this game out.
I want to say a big thank you to the Mount St. Vincent Mystics fans for traveling from Halifax. Shout out Mystics fans. Make some noise for yourselves, Mystics fans. Let me hear you.
And Andy making sure all the fans stay vocal and stay with us as Humber gets to dribble out a national tournament quarterfinal win here. Couldn't have gotten much better for these Hawks, partner, that's for sure. And make the final 104-57. And let's see who wins this.
Well, that's it. I was just going to say that.
Let's see who wins it. Brought to you by Pump House Brewery.
Well, it started out, the first quarter was interesting. Turnovers, excitement.
See, the first quarter was how I expected this to be. I expected the Mount to be in this game for much longer than they were. They just didn't make shots. Didn't make shots.
And I mean, there was pressure from Humber, but there was different times where they had really good looks. And
great looks, but they also miss layups. They miss bunnies they don't normally miss. Like, Tynes had opportunities for a bunch of and ones, and they rimmed out and he went to the line. But I think Tynes is your player of the game for the Mount, just based on his rebounding numbers and how he kept getting to the glass and those blocked shots. So I'm calling tines here, and I'm sticking with Brown KBF down here for Humber. And if I'm not right, I'm throwing my headset aside and going home. Oh, they gave it to Jaden Smith? Okay.
0 for 1.
0 for 1.
I didn't have a horse in this race.
16 and 3 for.
Congratulations to the Humber Hawks, number 23, Jalen Kenzie.
I'm telling you, I'm done, fans. I'm done. You won't hear from me again.
Oh, come on.
I'm out
Until
of here.
3 o'clock.
I'm out of here. Well, all right, until 3 o'clock. All right, it's been fun, partner. We'll see you here for game 2. And oh, we're a little behind already. That's why they stagger the late ones, right?
Who makes up the schedule?
Who did this?
Who did this?
So we'll see you back here in 20 minutes, fans.
20 minutes, yeah. Thanks a lot. Take a little short break, and we'll be back for more exciting action from the CCAA Men's Basketball Championship from Mount Allison University in Sackville, New Brunswick.